Welcome back to another video tutorial. In this video, I'll show you how to build a complete Android application using AI, even if you have zero programming experience. The best part? You can follow along without spending any money by using the free tier of Google's Gemini models. We'll go through the entire process step by step, from downloading and installing Android Studio, setting up a new Android project, writing effective prompts for the AI agent, generating the application, and testing it on a real Android device, and download the APK file of Android application. So, if you're ready to start building Android apps with the power of AI, let's get started. First, we need to download Android Studio, the official Android app development platform created by Google. To download it, open your favorite web browser and search for Download Android Studio. Open the official Android Studio website. Click the Download Android Studio button. Scroll down, agree with term and conditions, then hit on Download Android Studio button. Once the download is complete, open your Downloads folder and double-click the installer to begin the installation. Simply follow the installation wizard. The process is straightforward and very similar to installing any other software on your computer. In just a few minutes, Android Studio will be ready to use. Now, let's open Android Studio. In the Windows search bar, type Android. And you'll see Android Studio appear in the search results. Click on it to launch the software. Once Android Studio opens, you'll see the welcome screen. This is where you can create a new Android project. Click New Project to get started. On the left side, you'll find different device categories for which you can build an application. By default, phone and tablet is already selected, which is exactly what we need. Next, select the Empty Activity template and click Next to continue. In the Name field, enter the name of your application. For this tutorial, I'll be building an EMI calculator app for bank loans. Next is the package name. Enter the unique package name, such as com.productivity.emi calculator. The package name serves as the unique identifier for your Android application, so every app should have its own unique package name. Now, let's set the save location. This is the folder on your computer where all the project files for your application will be stored. Before selecting the location, let's create a dedicated folder. In my case, I'll create a folder named Android Apps on the E drive, and inside it, I'll create another folder named EMI Calculator. One important tip: when naming your folders, avoid using spaces between words. If the folder name has multiple words, you can use underscore to join every single word. Once the folder is ready, select it as the save location. Next, you'll see the minimum SDK option. This setting determines the lowest version of the Android operating system that your application will support. Choosing a lower SDK version allows your app to run on more Android devices, while a higher version lets you use newer Android features. For example, let me select the lowest version available in the list. Under Build Configuration Language, select the programming language that will be used for configuring your project. I recommend choosing Kotlin DSL as it is the modern and widely adopted option for Android development. Once you've configured these settings, click on Finish button. Now, wait for the Android project to finish loading. This may take a few minutes, especially if you're opening Android Studio for the first time, as it needs to download and configure the required components. If you see a message saying Microsoft Defender may affect IDE performance, simply click the Exclude Folders option. This helps improve Android Studio's performance by excluding the project files from real-time scanning. Once the project has finished loading, you'll see the main Android Studio interface, which is divided into 3 sections. On the left is the Project Explorer, where you can browse all the files and folders that make up your application. In the center is the code editor, where the source code for your application is displayed and edited. On the right is the Tools panel, which contains useful tools such as Gradle, Device Manager, Running Devices, and Agent. Since this tutorial is designed for beginners and non-technical users, we won't be exploring these sections in detail. Because we're building the application with AI, we'll be using the Agent panel. Click the Agent option to open the AI chat window. Here, you simply describe the type of application you want to build and the features you want to include. The AI agent will then generate the code for you, making the entire app development process much easier. Now, let's provide the AI agent with instructions in plain, natural language. One of the biggest advantages of using AI is that you don't need to write any code yourself. Simply describe the application you want to build, and the AI agent will generate the code for you. For this example, I'll use the following prompt. Build an EMI calculator Android application to calculate the equated monthly installment for a bank loan. At the top of the screen, include input fields for the loan amount, annual interest rate, and loan period in years. Below the input fields, add a Calculate button. When the user taps the Calculate button, display the calculation results below it, including the monthly EMI, total interest payable, and total payment amount. Below the results, add a button to view the complete loan amortization schedule. When the user taps this button, open a new screen displaying the full loan amortization table. At the top of the screen, include an option to download the amortization schedule as a PDF file. As you can see, the instructions are written just like a normal conversation. The more clearly you describe your requirements, the better the AI can understand them and generate the application you have in mind. Once you've finished writing the prompt, click the Submit button or simply press the Enter key on your keyboard. The AI agent will now begin generating the code and creating all the necessary project files. Depending on the complexity of your application, this process may take several minutes. During this time, you can simply sit back, relax, and watch the AI build your application. If the AI agent requests permission to perform an action, click the Allow button to continue. Similarly, if it modifies project files and asks whether you want to keep or revert the changes, choose the Keep All option so that all the generated code and updates are applied to your project. As you can see on the screen, the AI agent has successfully completed building the application. The next step is to test the application and make sure everything is working as expected. There are 3 different ways to test your app. You can use a virtual device, a remote device, or a physical Android device. A virtual device is a software-based Android emulator that runs on your computer. A remote device is a real Android device hosted in Google's cloud infrastructure, allowing you to test your application without having the device physically with you. A physical device is simply your own Android phone connected directly to your computer. To add a virtual device or a remote device, you can go to Device Manager and choose the option you want to use. Keep in mind that to use remote devices with full functionality, you'll need a paid Firebase plan. Firebase is Google's cloud platform that provides a variety of tools and services for app developers. If you don't have a paid Firebase subscription, you can simply skip this method and use either a virtual device or a physical Android device instead. Now, let me show you how to create a virtual device. Click on the Device Manager, then click on the plus button, then select Create Virtual Device. You'll see a list of available phone and tablet profiles. Choose the device you want to use. For this tutorial, I'll select Medium Phone. After selecting the device, click Next, and then click Finish. Android Studio will create the virtual device, and it will appear in the Device Manager, ready to be used for testing your application. Click on the Start button to launch the Android emulator. As you can see, the virtual Android device is now connected and ready to use. To launch the application, simply click the Run button located on the top toolbar. Android Studio will build the application, install it on the virtual device, and automatically launch it. Once the app opens, you can start testing its features and verify that everything is working correctly. As you can see on the device screen, the EMI Calculator application has been launched successfully. This is the application that the AI agent built by following the instructions we provided. Without writing a single line of code, we've created an Android application simply by describing our requirements in natural language. If you want to modify or improve the application, simply open the AI agent panel again and provide a new prompt describing the changes you want. For example, if you notice that the text in the application is too small, you can ask the AI agent to increase the font size. Just describe the change in plain language, and the AI agent will update the code accordingly. This makes it easy to refine your application without having to edit the code manually. Open Agent and put the prompt. The font size in the app is very small. Increase it by 4 points throughout the all display text in the app. Submit the prompt, and AI will do all the necessary modifications. As you can see, the modification has been completed. To test, just hit on the Run button. The font size seems perfect. Now, let's test the core functionality of the application. Enter the loan amount, annual interest rate, and loan period, then tap the Calculate button. The application will instantly calculate and display the monthly EMI, the total interest payable, and the total payment amount. Click on View Amortization Schedule button. This opens the complete table of loan amortization. Now, let's see how to connect a physical Android phone for testing your application. Open the Device Manager and click the Pair Devices using Wi-Fi option. Android Studio will display a QR code that you'll need to scan with your Android phone. Before scanning the QR code, you'll need to enable a setting on your phone. On your Android phone, open Settings and go to Developer Options. Scroll down until you find Wireless Debugging, then open it and turn it on. Next, tap Pair Device with QR code. This will open the QR code scanner on your phone. Now, simply scan the QR code displayed on your computer screen. Once the pairing is complete, close the device pairing window in Android Studio. Return to the Device Manager, and you'll see your physical Android phone listed as an available device. It's now ready to install and test your application directly from Android Studio. To install and run the application on your physical Android phone, make sure your phone is turned on and the screen is unlocked. Next, click the Run button in Android Studio. Android Studio will build the application, install it on your phone, and launch it automatically. After a few moments, the application will open on your Android device. You can now test all its features and verify that everything is working as expected. If you notice any issues or want to make changes, simply go back to the AI agent and describe the modifications you want in plain language. The AI will update the code based on your instructions, making it easy to refine and improve your application without writing the code yourself. Next, let's see how to generate an APK file for your application. An APK file allows you to install and share your app with other Android devices without publishing it to the Google Play Store. From the top menu bar, click Build, then go to App Bundles or APKs, and click on Generate APKs. Android Studio will begin building the APK file. Once the process is complete, your application will be packaged into an APK that you can install on any compatible Android device. As you can see, the build has completed successfully. Now, click the Locate option to open the folder where the generated APK file is stored. From this folder, you can copy the APK file and share it with other Android devices. Anyone can install the application by opening the APK file on their device. If you want to rename the APK before sharing, you can do that. If you want to officially publish your application on the Google Play Store, there are a few additional steps you'll need to complete. First, create a Google Play developer account. Then, pay the one-time registration fee of $25 and complete the required account verification process. Once your developer account has been verified, you'll be able to upload your application and publish it on the Google Play Store, making it available for users around the world to download and install. And that's it. You've just learned how to build an Android application using AI without writing code. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more tutorials. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.